March 31st, 1922. In a lonely farmhouse deep in the German countryside, something terrifying was about to happen. 6 people, 4 family members, a child, and their new maid, were brutally murdered. But the strangest part, the killer may have lived in their house, before and after the crime. But the killer was never found. Hinterkaifeck was a lonely farmhouse in Bavaria, Germany. It stood far away from neighbors, surrounded by nothing but fields and forests. The Gruber family, Andreas and Cecilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, and her 2 children lived there. Life on the farm was quiet, but something felt off in the days leading up to the murders. Shortly after, Andreas found that his house keys were missing. He searched everywhere but never found them. Who had taken them? Then, the family started hearing noises from the attic, soft footsteps at night, whispering sounds. When Andreas searched, he found nothing. Was it just the wind, or was someone already inside the house? The family also found a newspaper inside their house, from a town far away. None of them had bought it. How did it get there? It started in the barn. The killer somehow lured 4 family members, Andreas, Cecilia, Victoria, and little Cecilia, out into the darkness and slaughtered them one by one with a pickaxe. Last was little Joseph, just 2 years old, murdered in his crib. But the most disturbing part, the killer didn't leave. He stayed in the house for days, eating food from the kitchen, lighting candles at night, even feeding the family's livestock, all while 6 bodies lay lifeless in the barn and house. 4 days later, neighbors noticed something was wrong. The Grubers hadn't been seen, their mail was piling up, and the children hadn't shown up for school. On April 4th, a group of villagers arrived at Hinterkaifeck and made a gruesome discovery. That all of them were dead. How could all of this happen? Karl was Victoria Gabriel's husband, a soldier who supposedly died in World War I. But there was one problem. His body was never recovered. Some believe he never died at all. Instead, he vanished, only to return years later for revenge. Witnesses said Lorenz acted strangely. He entered the house alone, unlocking doors as if he had been there before. Even more disturbing, he moved the bodies, tampering with evidence, and when questioned about it, he simply said he was looking for his son. Years after the Hinterkaifeck massacre, while sitting in a prison cell, one of the brothers reportedly bragged about the murders. He claimed they had been hired to kill the Gruber family, but never revealed by who. The theory suggests that the Thaler brothers may have traveled to Hinterkaifeck under the cover of night, hiding in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And when the time came, they attacked with pure, merciless violence. More than a century has passed, yet the Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most disturbing unsolved crimes in history. 6 lives, taken in the dead of night, no witnesses, no answers, and a killer who vanished without a trace. Was it a scorned lover, driven by rage, a ghost from the past, returning for revenge, or brutal criminals taking a secret to their graves? The case remains open, but the truth may be lost forever.